Welcome back, LEGO builders and Minecrafters, to yet another stream. Now, I think my microphone may be slightly off, but everything should be good. Welcome, Isaac Gaming. Yes, we're doing another stream. I know it's slightly late today on the Wednesday, but it's fine. I had to go do something. Maybe I'll talk about it a little bit later when we got a couple more people with us. So yeah, today we are just going to be continuing on the work of these cliffs because it kind of needs to get done, and yeah, we just got to get to it. So yeah, I think we'll try and focus on this little area here. There's like this kind of rocky kind of boulder we have to build, so that's that little section right there. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on today. Make sure stream music was a little bit loud there. Now, Isaac, since you're the first one here, you're going to be a little bit of a guinea pig. You're going to tell me if all the audio settings are good. And then we can always go from there. So yeah, Isaac, how have you been doing? It's nice to see you back in chat, and it's nice to finally stream again. Okay, lol. Yeah, you're gonna be the guinea pig for today. I think last time I streamed it was Shadow Gaming. He was telling me if all the audio, I don't know. I never trust it to stay the same because it seems to never stay the same in between streams. Sometimes I like come on and then like the music is just super loud for some reason, and the like my audio is just messed up. It's really quite annoying. But yeah, that's why I've got guinea pigs. You're doing quite well. Nice, good to hear. Good to hear. I will be doing a lot better when I get this done. So, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. We gotta figure out what is going on here. Oh yeah, Isaac, you can tell me if the music is currently too loud or too quiet. I can adjust it up or down, but yeah. I had to put the YouTube notification up on Discord because the bot's broken. You can never trust bots. Like, can never trust bots. They work, but at the same time, they do not. Okay. Okay, that is looking decent there. So I know I've got to try and plan this out a little bit better so then we get the right shapes. So I think here we might want to slope. Okay, let me think about this. Because we're basically at this kind of section right there. Let's see if I can get the photo in the same frame. So we are basically right. So, okay, this is a little bit difficult. So right here is that crack. We've basically gone up to about this point here. So I guess we need to kind of slope inwards just slightly, and then there's another kind of dark area I can see there. So we gotta put a little bit of a dark band there, and then we just have this boulder that comes out. So we're gonna have to try and get that done today. Maybe a little bit too loud for the stream music. Okay, let's turn it down. Bots, they are kind of dumb. But then again, they also make our lives so much easier. If they work. Only if they work. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. We slope in for like one more stud, so that slopes, and then maybe like a flat. Oh, that might not give us enough space though. Because we need to come out quite a bit. So, yeah. So basically, we're going to need to, because it has to be rounded, so it's probably best that we use something like this, and then we. So tricky figuring this out. Well, Isaac, you currently have free range on what you want me to talk about, because I did not come prepared with anything to speak my mind on. So anything particular you want to talk about, or we can just sit here and build, kind of natter on with nothing. That generally seems to be how it goes anyways. So the difficult part with this is trying to get everything nice and connected, but at the same time trying to conserve some parts so that we don't like use a bunch. Oh, I've got to fix this stupid cord up here. It keeps on rubbing on the microphone and making all these weird sounds. You finished the season 7 base over a year ago. Feel old yet? Yeah, I know. It is kind of ridiculous. And I think the main reason that I was able to finish the season 7 base like decently quickly was because of COVID, and because there was like half the year that year I was basically off of school, and so I could do a lot more Lego, and that was nice, but not anymore. Yeah, and I guess also a year ago is when season 8 started. Jeez. Yeah, that is. Feel old yet. Yeah, so season 8 started the same day, right? Yeah, it started the same day that I finished the season 7 base. And we're still working on the season 8 base. But I have hopes. I have hopes. I'm pretty sure season 9 is gonna last a pretty darn long time, like probably at least as long as season 6. Because you have all these like updates coming. Obviously 119 already came out, so that kind of like gives a boost of motivation. I know it hasn't really come out on the server yet, but that'll... It's just something with Minecraft updates that always kind of like bolsters like interest and that sort of thing. Oh crap, what about the thing? Hello Aleem, welcome to the stream. Can't remember if you were here last Saturday, was it, that I streamed? Anyways, welcome to the stream. We're just chilling out, trying to build these cliffs as usual. Because I'm joking. Because I have not done too much. Now the main reason because of this, and I think I mentioned this to you guys on Discord, is that I'm currently in the midst of taking a lifeguarding course and doing like CPR training and that sort of thing. So that was the main reason why I decided to stream on a Wednesday today instead of doing it on Saturday. It's because I have a 40-hour course that I'm taking over the weekend, so it's gonna take a lot of time. But yeah, it'll just be a one weekend and a couple of days that I'll be not able to build Lego. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Isaac, I haven't played that much on Artisans. Yeah, me neither. And I know it's definitely my fault, and I would like to play on it more. The main reason why is because basically here's my thinking. I want to finish this base by like mid-September, end of September, so that I can enter it into the Lego contest, because there's a massive like Lego contest that I have near where I live, and I think that happens in October or maybe even in September. Anyway, somewhere around there, there's like a big Lego convention that happens near where I am, and obviously I want to have this thing done so I can bring it to that Lego convention. And then what I'm thinking is there's kind of going to be like an off season for me with building Lego, and that'll be kind of like October to, let's say, Christmas. And basically in that period, I want to play a lot on Artisans. Now, obviously I'm going to do some over the summer because I am going to be traveling a little bit, so I won't be able to take all of this Lego with me everywhere. But yeah, we're kind of gonna be switching back and forth in between doing Lego and Artisans. Right now, we're mainly focusing on Lego so we can get this darn thing done. But yeah, I do want to play on the server more because I have so many good plans and so many like cool ideas that I want to show you guys. Isaac, will you be on Third Life on a budget this Saturday? No, I will not, for the very reason that I said that I will be at the lifeguarding course for like the entire weekend. So yeah, it was a dual weekend thing. So it runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday last week, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday in like 3 days. So yeah, it was a dual week thing there. And I don't know, I kind of want to wait for like the double life to be over before we do that, but yeah, I guess it's fine. Because of course Grian comes out with another life series right as we decide to do one. So I don't know, maybe it's a good idea, like if everyone's interested then sure, but I don't know, at the same time I'm like, maybe we just wait for like Grian's to be over and then do ours or something. But yeah, no, sorry, I cannot be on the budget Third Life this week because of the lifeguarding course. Okay, that looks pretty darn good there. So I think what we want to do is maybe... So we still want to go on a sloping inwards trend. Just so we can like bulge it out and it will look pretty dramatic. So let's just put this little... Oh yeah, and you guys, when I'm streaming, certainly be free to give me any tips, comments, anything like that. Like if you see like this part here and you're like, that doesn't look good, you should switch it out for like, I don't know, one of these. Then I'll be like, sure, we can try it out, see how it looks, and then decide from there. And in this case, I think I like this slope piece better. So this is the time to give your opinions on how I should build stuff. Because we can change them in essentially real time. Which is what I always find super fun and cool with streaming. We get some real-time feedback. Oh, Isaac, you asked about... what was it? I have to go back through the chat and see. Oh, right. You said we should talk about Double Life and that sort of thing. I don't even know if there's too much to talk about. Like, it's kind of the start of the series. I think it's pretty interesting. Oh, and I myself... Okay, this is going to kind of relate to the Artisan server. But I haven't really looked at the 119 update, like, at all. So I was actually really surprised when I saw Scar with the Allay. I was like, what? They added that to the game already? So yeah, that's another reason why I'm excited to get back into Artisans, is because I have not been paying attention to the update at all. And there's always a certain kind of oblivious fun that comes with not knowing what the heck is going on in each update. Aleem says, I think when you finish this and decide you want to destroy it, you should build a Lego moon and throw it at the base. Yes, I did see that, I think, was it you on Discord who said that? And immediately I was like, I should actually probably do that because that'd be quite funny. Now, obviously you'd have to build a pretty solid Lego moon otherwise, because this thing is pretty solid. Like, this thing is not falling apart with, like, you know, like, just, like, a little bit of force. But yeah, I think that could be quite fun. The houses and, like, all the vines probably would start falling off if I threw a moon at it. Yeah, so I think that could be quite fun. I definitely want to do that, like, at the very, very end. Yeah, Aleem, it wasn't this one. It was one of the, let's see if I can show you guys. One of those backsides over there. So, I don't know if it was that one or the one that's currently on the floor, but I was actually able to stand on top of it for just a brief amount of time, because that was when I was, like, taking it apart to refix the insides or whatever. So I was just wondering, hey, can it hold me up? And apparently it can, so... These things are built pretty solid and they're pretty chunky, so like, I mean, I guess when you zoom out, it is like just a block of Lego is basically what it is. Now obviously I can't like pick it up from certain points because there's some weak points, but yeah, it's a pretty chunky block. Okay, get the line back up there. Oh, you could buy and repaint a bowling ball. Yeah, that is an option. Now, the only thing with that is I am slightly worried about, like, actually, like, snapping Lego parts. Because like the whole like, you know, destroying Lego and it like falling apart, that's totally fine because I would do that anyways, like taking everything off. But like if I threw something as heavy as a bowling ball, and I don't know if it would or not, but like I'd be a little bit worried of like kind of like bending, breaking, and like actually like snapping Lego parts in half. So yeah, that definitely could be an option. But I do think like building a Lego moon would be a little bit more like cool, funny, interesting. Hello, Wes B. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna be lurking while I do my homework. Totally fine. I definitely get it because I just came off of doing all of my homework, which I am now done. So good luck with your homework. And I can't imagine you have too much more left before you're off for the summer. Unless you have one of those summer programs. Okay, let's see. So if we put a little bit of a dark bluish gray strip here, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3. We'll have 4 studs to make this boulder. Is that enough space? 4 studs to make this area here. I guess that is gonna work. Because we just need to get it up to like this point here. See if you guys can see that. To like this point right there. And then from there we can slope up. And I know there's a big, I gotta look at the Minecraft server again, but I'm pretty sure there's like one of the big red houses that sits up here, so that will go right on the corner there, so that's gonna have to be pretty solid. Oh no, Westby, you have a full semester of math and science over the summer? I mean, I could have done some summer programs, but they honestly aren't for me. I'd much, oh no, stuff's falling off. I'd much rather spend time outside doing Lego and just enjoying the summer. Because in Canada, summer only comes like 4 months of the year, sometimes less. So you have to enjoy it while it's here. Otherwise, you get stuck in all the snow. Because when it's snowing out, that's like the perfect time to do like schoolwork, because you don't really feel like doing anything else. Okay, this is gonna be tricky. So I think right on the edge here, one of these pieces is gonna work quite well in sloping, but then again, there's gonna be like this gap here. Oh no. It's always difficult to figure this out. This stupid going around the side thing. There is a, oh, sorry, I bumped the microphone. There is a technique that I would have liked to use, but at this point in time, it's too late to incorporate it in. And it's using a bunch of those kind of like ball joints and those, what are they? Like those hooks and like those bars that like hook onto each other. So then you can basically bend them or turn them, and you can have the rock going at like any angle. So you can create some pretty perfect like curves going around. That is like a technique that I'd like to use in the future, but it's kind of out of the window at this point because we've already built up all of this structure in here. It's a lot more dynamic is what the other structure kind of allows, but it works. What I'm doing here works. It's just a little bit more rigid in terms of what you can do, and you can kind of see that when we come across these straight lines that are formed when you try and join two sides together that don't really belong together, but we can make it work. Oh, hello, Merkai Gaming. Welcome to the stream. read the chat. In Sweden, summer consists of snow and rain. Yeah, no, if I look out my window right now, it is, and I've already been outside for quite a while today, it's absolutely gorgeous outside. I think it's like, it's 20, 25 degrees out, so. And sunny, and yeah. June and July are just like the nicest times in Canada. June, I will say, does have a lot of thunderstorms though. But there is something about rain and thunderstorms that is just so, like, moody and, like, kind of nice to have. Okay, wait, let me catch up on chat here. Oh, Wes, down here it's too hot to even have windows open. Yeah, see, that's why I like living in Canada, is because you kind of get, like, yes, it gets cold in the winter, but you do kind of get like a nice average between the two. Like, it never really gets up to like crazy hot, and I guess it is kind of cold, but if you live near the coast, that's like the perfect weather, because it kind of stays kind of cold, kind of warm all year round. Now of course it does rain a lot more, but kind of like the best in terms of temperature. Oh no, I'm drawing parts. Oh no. Okay. It's like 100 Fahrenheit. Okay, wait. Is 100? That's like, what is that in Celsius? That's like 30, I think. Is that 30? Oh yeah, Isaac, what is your time zone? You're like at 7 o'clock at night right now? So yeah, that makes sense. It's about 15, like honestly 15 degrees is like probably around like the perfect temperature. Okay. Let's stop talking about the weather. Gotta try and figure out this slope here. So we probably want something. Ooh. Okay, no, it probably won't go too much farther down, so we can push that brick on there. And then we can take another one of these snot parts. Put that on as well. And then let's say we said 1, 2, 3, 4. So the dark bluish gray band is gonna go right about there. So do we want it? Okay, wait, let me look at the photo again. So it kind of, oh, it is indented in a little bit. Okay, so this we actually want to stay kind of flat. So maybe something like that. Oh, Isaac, 9 p.m. Okay, well, I was pretty close. Just 2 hours off. Not terrible. Yeah, see, for me right now, it is 1:30. So it is, like, just afternoon. And it's 3:30 where Aleem is. Actually, that makes sense, because Aleem, that means you live on, or near the East Coast. I think. Because, yeah, you have a 2-hour time zone change if you go further east. It is kind of weird how time zones work and, like, all that, but I guess it's, like, to kind of make everyone have the same periods of the day. Because it's just weird when you go up near Alaska and Russia, and you know, you cross over the time border. It's like, hey, I just jumped an entire day into the future. Even though you didn't, obviously, but just the way that our time system is set up is kind of weird. Kind of weird. Okay, actually here we might want to use something like... There we go, that's looking pretty good. So then that will kind of indent that into the rock a little bit. So that's looking pretty good. We just gotta try and fix up this a little bit. Oh yeah, you guys, I'm hoping that the next episode, actually, I don't know if I will be able to, but I'm hoping to have all the work finished for the next episode by Friday. So yeah, that's only 2 days, but hopefully by Friday we'll have all of this section done, all of the front here, all of, oh crap, camera, stop moving around, have all of this section done, and hopefully we'll get started on the back side there. So yeah, I'm basically hoping to have that done by the next episode. I would like to actually to have maybe a little bit more, but by Friday I'm hoping to have all of this, the front section here, and getting started on the back side there. So hopefully all that should be done by Friday. And then I'll have the weekend where I'm not building Lego at all, and then hopefully the next episode will be out like Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, we're gonna try and chug through this as quickly as possible, and then once we have all of this done, then we have to get started on that side. So it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna take a long time, but we've got it. It should be like a week. 1 week. 1 week. I'm gonna promise now. 1 week, and we'll have all of the cliffs up to this point done, and then from there we can start planning out the layout of the housing. Okay, I've just kind of promised myself. Oh boy. Now I actually have to follow through. But I have to remember, when I truly don't have like really anything else going on, it does become incredibly easy to get stuff done pretty darn quickly. Isaac, fun fact, Russia has more different time zones than Russia. Wait, did I just say Russia twice? Okay, wait, let me reread that. Fun fact, France has more different time zones than Russia. Honestly, I can believe that. Even though, actually that kind of seems a little ridiculous, but honestly you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't blame the French for doing too much crazy stuff? I don't know. Yeah, that does seem a little ridiculous though. Because Russia is massive, and it's massive like in the way that spans time zones. But I guess France is just in the right place. Or wrong place, maybe. Isaac, you could do it like me, never go outside, never be social, sleeping 6 hours per day, and then you can have more time for building. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. That definitely works. And that might be kind of what I'm doing in the next, like, week or so, because then after that, of course, I'm going traveling in the summer, so not that much progress is going to get done there. But what I'm hoping is we can get these cliffs done and like a layout kind of worked out with the housing, so then while I'm away I can work on the design for the houses, also using your guys' design that you already submitted to me, which is absolutely amazing. So another big thank you to those of you who submitted those designs. But basically, while I'm away, I can work on those designs, like on my computer or whatever, and then we can like order the parts, and then when we come back, we can then quickly build up. I don't even know if my hand's in frame. Oh, it is. We can then quickly build up all of the houses, and then I'll probably go traveling again. I'm going to so many places this summer. Like, it's actually kind of ridiculous. I'm going to, I guess it's fine if I say, I'm going to Texas for a little while. And we're going, I think I might be going to East Canada as well. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And we'll hopefully get quite a bit of work done. I mean, I kind of have to get a lot of work done because the competition is in September, so, or October. I have to double check that. It's in either September or October. Maybe it's like end of September, and that's why I keep mixing it up, or early October. It's somewhere around there. Merkai, where are you going? Oh, you like mean traveling? I guess I just kind of said that. Yeah, I'm going to Texas for a while. I'll probably be also going to the West Coast for a while as well. And just all around the Rocky Mountains because they're so nice. Also, I'm going to Northern Canada. So, I mean, not that far north, but decently far north. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun and interesting, but sadly, that doesn't mean too much Lego. Now, one thing I do know is that there is a pretty big Lego store that is just north of where I live. So I'll probably stop there on the way. Check that store out because I know it's a pretty darn big one. And the Lego store that I have near my house is like the normal sized, I guess. The normal sized, like, small one. That I think is kind of standard in most places. Do we want to bring this part out by just a bit? Okay, I gotta get caught back up on chat here. If you're going traveling, are you able to bring the laptop and router to participate? A router? I don't think I need a router. I just need my laptop. Yeah, so what I'm planning on doing is just bringing my old laptop. So my frame rate is going to be terrible again, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, but I'm planning on just bringing my computer and like this microphone and that sort of thing. I should be able to make it work. I don't really need anything else. Maybe I'll bring a mouse as well, because playing on a trackpad is not that fun. It's not that fun. Like, yeah, you try playing on a trackpad. It's not fun. Yeah, but like all of those things are pretty small and I can easily bring along. But I don't think I need a router. Are you gonna travel and bring a laptop? Oh, or Isaac, you also asked, or is my computer small? No, my computer is not the kind of computer that you bring around, because it's just the, it's like just the box of the computer. Then I would also have to bring like a monitor and like keyboard and all that. So yeah, I'll just be bringing my laptop. Hello, Sequenta. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. We are just working on a couple of cliffs here. Hopefully getting them done soon. Like, I am going to love the day that I say the cliffs are done. Now, I know that's not going to be for a while, because we have this side, that side, and also, like, I'm not even mentioning, like, the entire, like, back bit of, like, the armchair, the quote-unquote armchair. But yeah, we've got all of that to do. Although, I suppose that bit of the armchair, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about here. Let's see if I can find a picture. Here we go. this section, like all of this here, basically a good portion of that is either flat and covered by the waterfall, or all of this is like covered by houses, so we don't actually need to do any like rock work and rock texturing up there. We just need to like lay out where all the houses go. So yeah. Merkai says you're talking about frame rate. What about mine, lol? If you don't have any other app running with Optifine, you'll get 40 to 50 FPS. I do, and I'm a worse computer than your Mac. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Frame rate is just kind of like Minecraft is a really demanding game, like in terms of like your computer. Like I know, and like when people that don't play Minecraft see it, they're like, "What? How does that take like so much processing power?" It's like it just does. It does. Because I know I've heard and seen some people who are like, "What are these like terrible graphics? I heard Minecraft was such a good game." I'm like, that's how it's supposed to look. Like, do you not realize that? That is how the game looks. That's how it's supposed to look. It's not bad graphics. It's a block game. Oh yeah, Merkai, my Mac Mini, it can handle like so much stuff. Like the fact that I was even able to run the season 8 Bodum, like that area, that I was like even able to like go around in it, was pretty darn good. Like on the crappy I don't even know what version of laptop it is, but that I have right now, and actually that I'm streaming on right now, it couldn't even. I think you guys saw it before when I was like looking at the season 8 server. It was like it was like a frame. It was less than a frame a second. It was bad. But yeah, having the Mac Mini actually makes it playable to like go around on the season 8 server. And I guess that just goes to show how good the Hermit's computers are. Like, what? Okay, this is gonna be a little bit tricky, because essentially what I want to do here is slope outward a bunch, but the problem is we're also sloping around a corner. So this would be perfect opportunity to have that technique, and oh crap, no, I keep bumping the camera. So this would be perfect opportunity to have this the technique I was talking about, to try and get those curves. But let's see if I can make it work. I'm just trying to think. If I have something that sticks out this far, I then have to do I might have to do something illegal. I might have to use like some sticky tack or something and like stick on some bricks to the side. Cause like here, if you guys look at this is my dilemma. When you look at this, you see we have those snot bricks way back here, and I could use something like this. I could use something like that, but that doesn't really do the like shaping that I want to have. So like you guys can see that. Now I suppose I could also use something like this, and this actually lines up pretty darn close. So that actually is, that could work, but it is like still like not quite enough sloping. So what I would like to do is something like this, or actually that might be a little bit too drastic, but let's see, maybe something like this. Then the problem lies, I have to like fill in this bottom section. So it becomes an issue. Now the other thing I could do is just kind of create a flat edge at the bottom there. So if I just grab some filler brick and you guys pretend that this is light bluish gray, if I put that there and then do something like, oh no, and then do something like this where I'm just layering bricks to try and get like that curve outwards, that could work. And then that also allows me to bring the slope over onto the other side like that. So it is a little bit tricky to figure out. Actually, I'm seeing here, I don't think 4 studs, 1, 2, 3, 4 is gonna be enough. So we can actually fix that real quick. So we just have to take out that. Let's actually remove, oh no, come on. Let's remove that as well. Let's replace it with something like this, so we can shove. Oh no. Shove that in there. Shove that on. I think there's a gap in there that we have to cover. Okay, wait. Okay, I guess let me see what chat is saying. I have a Lego resource pack and Sous shaders, and I get better FPS. Yeah, I know. It sometimes like you pull up what looks like better graphics and like, you know, shader packs and that sort of stuff, and then you get better frame rate, and you're like, what? How did that happen? Excuse me, computer. How did you pull this out of your magical I don't know, chip or something? Oh yeah, I would like to. Oh crap! I would like to try out the Lego shader pack in a future video, or just to try it out. Yeah, because Isaac, I saw that and I was like, wow, that. Ooh, I almost dropped a bunch of Lego on the floor. And I saw that and I was like, that looks pretty cool. Like that entire like shader pack thing. Oh my gosh, I keep fumbling. Okay, so we wanted. Did we want it like? Oh my gosh, I keep dropping stuff on the floor. Let's see if I can get this. So I think what we want here. Flip that. Wait a moment. Oh, actually. Okay, yeah, that works. Hopefully none of the color bleeds through too much. Actually, what am I saying? Nothing's gonna cover up that bright, whatever that is, coral. We have to switch that out for some dark bluish gray. Right, chat, I keep forgetting. You exist. Okay. And you have 16 chunk render distance. Oh yeah, that's another thing I noticed with my new computers. I can crank up the render distance to the max. What is it? 32 chunks is the maximum, and it handles it just fine. So, like when I was playing the that building competition for the dragon egg, I like had to turn my render distance so far down that where I built my arena, I could not see like anyone else's. I couldn't even see the mansion. And then when I went back there with my new computer, I realized I only built my arena like 50. It was like 50 or less blocks away from the mansion, and you could see it clearly. And when I was on my computer before, I could not see it at all. So maybe I'll actually be able to explore the world and not have, like, not be able to see anything. Okay. Your computer is a lot better than my old one. It ran Minecraft like 5 FPS at 2 chunks render distance. Yeah, if there's one thing that can test a computer, it's definitely Minecraft. Because obviously running Minecraft can be a big task, but then also you can do all these things like spawning in a couple 100,000 entities and then you almost guarantee a crash. It's like a computer tester is what it is. Wait, Isaac, you wanted to see this shopping district, but I blew it up for April Fools? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, actually that would be cool to like kind of go around Minecraft servers with the Lego shader pack on. Okay, what did I decide here? We were gonna do something like this, I think. Something like that. Yeah, that seems to make sense. Actually, let's use some light bluish gray and some dark bluish gray. Oh no, no! That part is gone. It's on the other side of the wall. And there we go. I think that's looking good. So then we have this little bit of a strip there. Now we have one. Oh. Did I forget to move it down? I forgot to move it down, didn't I? Okay, what I meant to do was move this dark bluish gray strip down one, so then we have 5 studs to work with instead of just 4. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, we have to take this off now again. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, I don't remember, like, planning to put some parts here. Okay. Okay, well that isn't too bad of a fix. Off, that is. So that will move down there. Don't fall. That will move down there. And that will move down there. We can then fill in this other gap with something like, actually, let's use light bluish gray. Actually, do I want to do something like this? That looks decent. Could also do something like this. Okay, right, I got distracted again. I'm supposed to be reading chat. Why don't we do the Egg Games Part 2? That is probably a question to not ask me, but probably someone like... Actually, who ran it last? It was, Palm Boss that ran it last? Right? I think? Oh, gotta center this camera a little bit better here. I guess it doesn't matter because Mark, you have the egg, right? Yeah, we do need to do a couple more like server events and like more kind of server-wide things, and I do have to do a server tour soon. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of started the artisans at a not the best time. Like I probably should have started the server after I finished this. Then we could have kind of like switched over from building Lego to doing Minecraft for a little while. But it is what it is. I'll be able to try and switch between the two. I guess I should bring you guys down so you can see what I'm working on down here. Just trying to split the atom that is Lego 1x1s when they get stuck together. I can do it now if I have a sharp knife, but it's always a little bit difficult to get at. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. There goes a bunch of Lego onto the floor. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay, a bunch, like probably a couple hundred parts just fell onto the floor. I don't know if I can show you guys. Go under the table. There it is. Now they're all over the floor. I guess I'll clean that up later. Another thing I have to do that I haven't really had the time, and I think you guys maybe slightly saw it when I put you under the table, was I've got to do a bunch of cable management. Because I just have kind of cables going everywhere. Very sad, rip. Okay, yeah, let's try and finish this little section up here. So maybe what I do is put something like this there, just so that we kind of get the general shaping. But then, this is too steep. I think that's too steep. We're gonna have to do something more like, I have to look what I did down below. Like, what did I do right here? So I guess this kind of slope, because basically what we want to do is just take this boulder and just plop it right up here, is basically what we want. It's almost like the exact same shape, this boulder down here. Now if there was like a massive one of these parts, I could just plunk it on there, but that obviously wouldn't look too good. Alright, one thing I should mention to you guys, and one reason why the stream was slightly delayed, slightly later than usual, is that I got braces on again. So if you guys hear any like, okay, I know that's disgusting. I know that's disgusting. But if you hear any of that and like any kind of, I don't know, weird noises and like me not talking right, it is due to that. I got braces on again, so kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Don't really need them. It's just, yeah, it's just like, now I feel my teeth are so, they're kind of sore. So not the best for trying to talk and stuff, but... Lol, you're good, I have braces too. Yeah, no, it's not, I don't really care about, like, I don't know, like what other people think about braces and like how they fit on or whatever. It's just like, it is annoying that they make like those noises every time you're like trying, I don't know, just certain things like it's just weird. Braces are weird. It's kind of weird that they just like stuff a bunch of metal in your face and then they pull your teeth together. Okay, anyways. So with this, I guess the largest slope that I use... Actually, this is kind of easier for me to look at the stream than anything else. So I can actually like turn the camera around and look at it instead of like trying to bend my hand over. Yeah, I guess the steepest slope that I used was actually something like... was this, I think. Yeah, okay, I used it up here. Because basically, I suppose what we're doing is we're kind of creating just a little bit more of like a rounded edge at the top, and also like some space to put a house. So like up here, I don't even know, does this thing tip downwards? It does tip downwards, slightly. Oh, now it's pointing in the wrong direction. Anyway, yeah, so basically we're kind of like taking this kind of straight and we're kind of like curving it around, sort of thing, I think, is the idea. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 studs to do that. So maybe if I take something like that, and then... And actually, this is a tip. I don't know if I've said this before, but this is a tip that I recommend doing in both Minecraft and Lego. And I see like Scar and B-dubs and like all those massive like terrain builders doing it all the time. Is you kind of like create like a framework of where you want your like cliffs and landscape to go. So obviously in this case, I don't even know if you guys can see this. This boom arm is gonna drive me crazy. So like in this case, I'm trying to plan out like where this is gonna go. So like for this example, I can try and like create the shape I want here, and then create another shape like further on of like kind of what I want. Maybe it's a little bit flatter, and then it's a lot easier to try and like connect the two together than to basically what I was doing before, and what I was doing more with the cliffs down here is just kind of going from one side to the other. Oh, ooh, I almost knocked more Lego off the table. But instead of going from one side to the other, you kind of like fill in these gaps at a time. And now that can lead to more natural looks, but it can also lead to kind of sharp edges, which I did kind of come across here. But at the same time, it does look pretty good. So I think up here, basically what I did is I created like a kind of framework here, a kind of framework here, and like another like framework on the edge and kind of in the middle, and I think across here. And then yeah, and then I basically like just went in and filled and like connected the dots basically between the two, and it makes it a lot easier than just trying to like go like over and like trying to figure it out. So that is a tip I would make for like both building in Minecraft and Lego, is make a like a kind of framework of where you want things to go, and then it's a lot easier like to try and like you can like visualize like the space in between the framework being filled. It's a lot easier to change rather than like filling up the entire thing and then you're like, oh well, I want like a little bit steeper here. Well, then you have to take everything out and like change it. Or in Minecraft, like destroy and then rebuild, or like, yeah. Isaac, I never had braces, luckily. Yeah, I mean, they aren't too bad. You just have to get used to them. They're bad in the beginning. Oh, you said I have a plan for the bridges. What will they look like? Well, they're gonna look pretty cool. I don't know if I should show you guys the kind of design I have for them. I am going to need to order a bunch of stick pieces. Oh, dang it, I don't have a picture with me. So, I don't know if you guys know the Lego treehouse set, but that Lego set has a bunch of like kind of railings made out of like these sticks and stuff. That's kind of the sort of look I want to go after, but I'm gonna use a bunch of like what is it? What are they called? 2x4, I think I'm gonna go for. Yeah, I think 2x4 kind of plates, and then they're gonna have like the stick railings, and then I'm going to have these kind of where's the Technic piece? Anyway, it's a Technic piece that has like a hole in the middle, so I can basically run a string through them. So it's actually a rope bridge, so like everything is actually supported by a rope. Now, it may not technically be like, you know, like Lego brand rope, because I know that exists, but I might just take like, you know, some string from somewhere and then just like attach it from here to the other side, and then just fill up the entire length with these kind of little like segments that I'm gonna build. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a natural look, because obviously in Minecraft you have to, there's an advantage of having no physics, but there's also a disadvantage. You have to try and make physics look real when there's no physics. But here I can obviously just take like actual rope and it will form the parabolic shape that I want without too much difficulty, without having to like do what Mumbo Jumbo did and like build it once and sees that it's like, oh, that's too steep, that would not like work, and then like have to build it again. So yeah, the bridges should be done fairly quickly. It's just obviously I need to get all the houses and stuff laid in place before I can put in those 3 bridges. So yeah, it will look quite cool, I'm hoping. Oh, this boom arm, I need to fix it or upgrade it or something. Okay. Oh yeah, and another thing, I have to try and blend to, because this is the thing with building with snot. Obviously it's a lot better for doing rock work because you have more options with like how steep you can go, and you also have the option of putting bricks. Let's see, what can you guys see? You have options of putting bricks this way or this way. Now the advantage to that is obviously you can create some kind of different looks to it. A disadvantage, and is one that you kind of see, and I don't know, sometimes it looks quite good, sometimes it looks not that good, is you kind of, if you don't switch between the two too much, you kind of get these like straight lines forming in between the like the different pieces, because obviously you can't have seamless connections in between like 2 parts. Like basically what I'm saying is, if you have, let's see if I can get that to focus, if you have 2 parts that are right next to each other like that, you will always have a little bit of a seam between them. And on the cliff face, that kind of creates these lines that you can like see, and it kind of creates a grid, which I suppose is fine because we're kind of like going off a Minecraft reference, which is kind of all straight, kind of gritty look. But yeah, it is always something to consider, which is why throwing in something like this little flat sections where you flip from bricks being sideways to right side up, kind of break up that look, and you kind of get these little points of interest there, which is why I quite like this little section there. I think I saw Redna. Yep, hello Redna, welcome to the stream. I probably won't be streaming for too much longer. I'm just gonna try and figure out a little bit of the design up here, but then yeah, I think we're gonna end the stream. But not that soon. We'll be like still streaming for another 10 minutes or so. Oh yeah, and another thing, I probably should have mentioned this when I was talking about me going away in the summer and stuff, is that I am thinking of destroying a good portion of all of my Lego sets. So while I do love all the Lego sets, and like I think most of them are pretty amazing, most of them like I just never use, and I think they would have a much better use like as parts. So like I would destroy them, like take all the parts and organize it out. I think they'd have a much better use as like parts, and then I would actually like use them to build stuff. So I'm thinking I might do a couple of live streams, maybe in the summer, maybe just, or I might just do it like off camera, completely, where I just destroy basically 80% of all my sets. Like, I still want to keep a few of probably some of the more display sets, but yeah, most sets I don't really need for anything else. Brenna, it has been a while since I watched one of your streams. Yeah, it has been. Well, mainly because I haven't really been doing too many streams. But I did do one, I think 2 weeks ago, was it? Anyway, it was sometime like a Saturday or so ago. But yeah, no, I haven't been doing too many streams lately. Because I've been busy, of course. It's always this excuse, but yeah. And the reason why I'm streaming today on Wednesday is I have a lifeguarding course over the weekend, so cannot be streaming during that time. So we're doing it today on Wednesday instead. Okay, wait, let me look at the photo again. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so that kind of just... Actually, it kind of just ends, like, kind of abruptly there. So then probably it would go, this little dark patch would go around something like that. Yeah, that looks decent. You guys, I'm actually trying to learn this song. I think it's Floral Fury, I think, from Cuphead. I'm actually trying to learn this song on my trumpet, and it's been going decently well. It's actually quite fun to play like this section, So yeah, I've been trying to learn this song on my trumpet. It's actually quite a fun song. I don't know why I brought that up. Just my playlist decided to play this song. Then you can make a video. Oh wait, let me try that. Yeah, I could make a video titled Dropping Millennium Falcon. Although Millennium Falcon is one of those sets that I don't want to move, specifically for the reason that... let's see if I can spin you guys around here. I don't have any secrets to show you, just more Lego. I'm gonna get stuck on that. Okay, wait. Well, whatever. You guys know that was a failure. Anyway, behind me is actually I can take it off the stand. What am I doing? Just as long as it doesn't come unplugged. This might be a failure. There we go. Because yeah, the Millennium Falcon is kind of like a main centerpiece there, so I'm not gonna be destroying that anytime soon. Well, that was kind of pointless. I could have just told you guys that. Probably made a couple people barf there. This, I really need to get a slightly better, like, stand or arm or something for this camera because it... Oh, nope, I just dropped more parts on the floor. Like, it just moves around so much. I'm like trying to adjust it, and like I look at the stream and it's just like wiggling around all over the place. And with the YouTube compression and stuff, it's pretty darn framey. It's not looking too good. Yeah. Oh yeah, Isaac, but I was kind of thinking of maybe doing like a YouTube short where it's just like destroying all my Lego and just throwing it all in a big pile on the floor. That could be fun. Because yeah, I see more value in using the parts than keeping the sets. Which I think is important. Like, if you don't think you see like too much more value in keeping some things, or in this case, basically, if your stuff, if you see more, like, a better use for it in, like, a different sort of, what's the word? Different sort of setting, then you should probably use it for that setting, even though you may have some nostalgia for it. Like, I think it's a much better idea for me to like, take those parts and use them for building something like this, rather than just having them sit upstairs, because that's basically what they've been doing. Okay. And I've got to fix this audio thing after my dog chewed through the cable, because now my, like, audio cable is just sitting on the microphone, so now every time I move slightly it, like, rubs on the microphone, so then you guys hear, like, this big noise. I just realized that the Gigahertz minifigure is on the tram in my Lego City. Oh, really? Nice. Oh, because, yeah, you made one yourself, didn't you, Isaac? On the tram. I don't have any. I have a train where I live, but no, like, tram. Although I guess train and tram are kind of, they're similar. Let's fill this little section in. See, the actual, like, cliffs is only, like, half the work. The other half is, like, trying to figure out all the structure underneath, like... Oh no, I dropped more parts. I swear, that always happens. Like, every time I finish, like, doing, like, a build session, I'll look on the floor and there'll be, like, at least, like, 10 to 20 parts that I've just dropped. Like that. Exactly like that, except for onto the floor. Okay, I'm just looking down at the bottom again, just to see how I did it, because this is a nice shape. This kind of shape is the same kind of look that I want to go for here. So I suppose, because we kind of want to keep things smooth. Oh, Isaac, now you know what it's like owning a rabbit eating random cables everywhere. Yeah, part of me wonders how and why rabbits have existed for so long. Because where I live, there are, like, wild rabbits everywhere, and they get run over all the time. And not because, like, people are, like, trying to run them over, but because they sit in the middle of the road and, like, don't move when people come along. It's like, how have you existed for so long and not gone extinct? Because I swear, they're, like, the dumbest... Now, I apologize to anyone who has a rabbit, but they are kind of... They ain't the brightest. Yeah, I just always see, like, a dead rabbit at the side of the road, like, every day. Okay, yeah, so we kind of want to copy this. This is, like, it's kind of smooth, I think, and that's kind of something we need to capture here. So we're gonna keep stuff a little bit smooth. I actually don't like how I did this. I don't. Some parts here look a little bit wonky, a little bit janky, a little bit not right. Like, I could have done this a little bit better and did it like this over here. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what I was thinking, but there's like a couple of, like, really weird kind of gaps. and I kind of want to fix that. Okay, well, maybe I'll fix that later. Okay. I get so distracted, I swear. So we probably want something like this to actually, that's a little bit too steep. Actually, I think these parts, these particularly huge and long ones, I don't really need. Probably shouldn't have ordered so many, but I think these kind of like double tall ones, like they're twice as tall as these, I think they do the trick just fine. So like if I do something like that, oh no, come on, my hands are terrible. If I do something like that, that should work out quite well. Just pops it. Oh no. Okay, wait, let me look at the photo again. What is this boulder looking like? Oh, it's a little bit round, isn't it? It's kind of round. Okay, wait, I should show you guys as well. So what I'm thinking here is we kind of gotta keep this a little bit more round, and then here there's kind of like these little flat plateaus. So maybe we like build this up a little bit, put a little flat plateau, and then it's basically like right on the edge there. Now, also another thing I noticed, and kind of, I don't know if you guys like heard it in my voice in the video, but I was a little bit shocked by how, not different, but yeah, I guess different, how different this entire thing looked with how many like vines it had on it. And I think also Mumbo changed up the design down there so that he could like add the bridge. So while I do use this as a reference, I have to remember that like he probably changed quite a few things as he developed it, so it's probably a better idea to look at the server and probably take a couple of screenshots from there instead of using this older version. Because now I'm thinking I may have to change out this section, where is it? Here. This section down here, just to incorporate the rope bridge, but I guess the rope bridge should be able to attach there. And actually, do I have a minifigure? Let me find a minifigure really quick. Okay, something like this. Yeah, I guess Scar doesn't really fit under there. He can... No, he can't even sit under there. Can he, like... yeah, okay. And I guess in Mumbo's build as well, it doesn't really make sense that there's a rope bridge there, other than the fact that he's trying to not make it look like a smiley face. But yeah, I guess that's fine. It's fine. Oh, also, this is not fine. Why did I decide to do that? Oh, bring you guys back. Oh yeah, I could use World Edit to remove all the leaves. But then, yeah, I guess so. But it's kind of like a combination of leaves and moss, and I suppose I could remove both of them, but I think moss actually makes up a lot of the cliffs. Like, because, you know, Mumbo just kind of went over and bone mealed everything, so that would have changed the rock into moss, and then it would, if you removed it, then it would just become big holes. But yeah, I could definitely do that. But I think at the same time, well, that's a good idea. I think it's also a good idea to like just look how the end result looks, just so then like I can see like something like this down here. This doesn't particularly need to exist. Like not in like the depth that I like made it like so predominant there. Like it could exist with just like having like one stud back, because the entire thing gets covered with leaves in the end result. So I think it's probably a good idea to look at how like the leaves cover everything, just so you know, like, oh well, I don't need to actually like spend a bunch of time on this because it's just gonna get covered in the end. So yeah, I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on the server, I think, and taking some screenshots of just some of the areas. But yeah, other than that, I think this is going decently well. And you know what I think is probably the most useful slope? And I don't know if it's the slope that I use the most, but it's definitely one of them. Like if I look at the overall cliffs here, see this boom arm, it just moves so quickly. It's like not a smooth movement. But I think when you look at like these cliffs, I think the most useful and most used part are these one by one cheese slope wedges things. So like, yeah, like if I look, like I could see them all dotted all over the place here, just because like they give that, they're fairly steep, but they like take up so little space, which is something I'd hope like Lego has more of, is like parts that are smaller in length, like these, but are one by one. So like if it was this, but you chopped off like that brick, like the stud part there, so you could have more options with that. There's a lot of things, like even like this, like I wish like it just had like the bottom part of the slope, and I think there are some parts like where they just kind of have like the bottom section. Like basically I want more one by one slopes, more options for one by one slopes, and that would make it a lot easier to try and like choose almost between like how to make your rock faces look. But for the most part, Lego is pretty good at having a wide selection of parts to choose from. Like, and I also wish there was a, and I suppose there are a few options, but most of them aren't too good, but more options of like these curved slopes, like these more smooth ones that were steeper. Like I wish there was a couple more steeper ones. Now, I know there is, where is it? I have some in here somewhere. There is stuff like this, but this kind of looks a little bit too, I don't know, like too unnatural. Like it's like a quarter of a circle basically, so it looks really unnatural. Like if I was to put this on the rock face here, it would look decent. It would look decent, but it just has like a kind of unnatural feel to it. And another one, where is it? Oh, here it is. These ones. So they do have like this nice kind of steep curve, but they start out like flat, and I don't really need that or want that. So then I have to like try and put one end into like halfway into the brick, so then I can just get the curved part. And then they also have like this weird like sticky outy bit. I don't know what to call it. Like a stud on the side. I don't know. But there isn't too much I can do to change Lego parts. I know you can design your own parts on like Studio. Like they have a feature to do that, which is actually kind of cool. But it is always kind of fun to have a challenge to work with the shapes that you're given. I guess that's kind of the main thing with Minecraft, is like you kind of have to like use your imagination to see how you can make some weird looking blocks into something less weird, or more weird in some cases. Honestly, I think that's probably gonna about do it for today's stream. We got a decent section done up here. And actually on camera, this color here looks about the same as this color here, even though this is just that color. This is just that color. What am I even saying? This color here looks the same as that, only because of shadow, but this is like, just looks that color. Which is why like shadow actually plays a big part. Like if you look at this cliff, there's a pretty big shadow there, so that kind of like gives it like a little bit of depth there. There's kind of like a highlight going down there. There's a little bit of a highlight here. And it's just those shadows, like a couple shadows there as well. It's just those shadows and highlights that kind of define the cliff a little bit more. You can also see a little bit of the shadows here. So I think we probably want to like try and incorporate as much of that as possible. Because you have to remember, like, this entire thing is, like, pretty miniature to what it would, like, actually, quote-unquote, be in real life. Because they're, like, downscaling by a bunch. Yeah, but I think that's about gonna do it for the stream. We figured out a decent section. Like, honestly, with each of the like building strips, as I tend to do, because like, you know, like I lay out a little bit of like section or framework, that's the word. I like lay out some framework here and here, and then I just build up to the framework, and then we're kind of left with this super flat edge. The most difficult part is like deciding where to go from there, and so now that we've started that over here, it should actually be decently easy to continue on from there. Now I know I'm gonna have to like put one plateau around here, I think, maybe one stud higher. Somewhere around here there's one plateau, somewhere around here there's another plateau. Yeah, somewhere around this area, and then it kind of slopes off to the top, and that will actually be pretty easy to achieve, because basically, I don't even know if my boom arm goes that tall. Doesn't, not really. You guys won't be able to really see it, but basically, like, we just put slopes, you know, along the edge, and then we put these wedges that are like the flat wedges, and we put those up on top, and then that kind of creates seamless between. Basically, what we were doing right here. This. I need to get a camera joint. Basically what we're doing here, where it slopes up and then it goes like to this flat kind of slope, but it's like still sloping slightly up. Yeah, and then it goes back to going straight up again. But in the case of like up here, it wouldn't. It would just like, you know, slope off to kind of flat, so we can put some trees and stuff and houses, and that'll look pretty cool. Like, yeah, right now we're sitting at a position where we're doing, like, I think we're doing a bunch of the work, but it doesn't, like, look like that much, because it all gets covered up by, like, these, what looks like bigger things, but are smaller things. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but, like, when you look at Mumbo's base, you don't really see the rock and like all of the work and effort that went into it. Obviously, like, you know, it's there and you notice it there, but like you don't really like think or comprehend like, oh, like when you're just viewing it for the first time or whatever, that like someone had to build all of this, because your eyes are more drawn towards like the housing and the bridges, and those are just like small little things that are pretty easy. Like, I could probably build one of those bridges once when I have the parts and stuff in like, honestly, it'd probably take like, actually I could probably do all of them in like less than an hour or an hour, and like, and that's like a main feature that like your eyes are drawn to. Whereas like this takes a long time because it's natural, of course. Building natural is one of the most difficult things you can do because there is no order. I mean, there's some order because, you know, laws of physics and stuff in nature, but there's no real order to how stuff is constructed in nature, which is what makes it so difficult to try and make manually. But I have Aleem here telling me that the cliffs look great, so I guess they look great. Yeah, sorry for that TED Talk there. I guess we'll just end off the stream here. I'll keep on working on these cliffs, and then the next video should be out sometime next week. Less than a week, hopefully, like by Monday or something, hopefully. Yeah, I guess we can end it off here. Oh right, OBS decided to not work, so I again don't have any like outro music and title screen or whatever, so this is the end, if I can find the stop button on YouTube, because I'm trying to have all my tabs open on one small computer. Where is the end button? Uh-oh. Okay, I found it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this stream. Thank you, Isaac, Aleem, Murkai, Redna. I believe there's some others here. But you guys are the main ones. Oh, Wes. Right, Wes dropped in as well. And he might still be listening. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this stream. And I'll catch you next time. With that said, Gigahertz Productions, out.